everyone out there watching. I'm Reagan, and this is
Jessica.
And we are Two Peas in a Podcast. This is our first ever episode of a series of podcasts about the weirdest crimes that we could find in each state. Well, committed in each state. In today's episode, I will be reading off the top 5 weirdest crimes I could find in West Virginia, where we're from, and
I'll be listing off 5 different weird crimes from Ohio.
Our sister state. And if this is something you'd be interested in, follow us wherever we post this. Follow along the series. Okay, so starting off with the top 5 from West Virginia. Let me get there. Okay, the first one I have is, these are not in any particular order of weirdness. I found these. And all of these are at www.onlyinyourstate.com/West Virginia, if you wanted to look at them, whoever's watching. Okay, so my first one is, man tries to flee the scene of a crime in a wheelchair. A West Virginia man named Timothy Parker, who lived in New Martinsville, was caught on surveillance video actually walking down the aisles of a closed liquor store. He was taking cash and merchandise, and when he tried to flee the scene, he tried to flee on a motorized wheelchair, which was then towed away for evidence, and he was charged with breaking and entering, and all the stolen merchandise was discovered. But I'm not sure how he was walking and then figured he would escape the police on a motorized wheelchair. But the second one I have is the woman in South Charleston who stole gravestones. Penny Snodgrass, aged 54, was arrested after a neighbor called police concerning stolen headstones from the cemetery. She must have been a strong 54-year-old. She used the headstones to decorate her yard and fire pit, and they were found in her yard and fire pit. I also have the man who kept a journal of his shoplifting. Christopher Derricks, 39, kept a journal titled My Black Book of Shoplifting over the years. He was from Sissonville. Oh, and he stole yard sculptures and lawn ornaments, which were found. And his girlfriend is the one that told on him, his ex-girlfriend. So that was her revenge plot. The next one I have is the attempted naked robbery. So, Dreama Setliff, 30 years old, of Charleston, West Virginia, came into a one-stop in Cross Lanes. I've actually been to that gas station before. She grabbed the clerk by her hair and forced her to open the register. After someone tipped the panic alarm, police, however, found the woman in a white towel and nothing else, begging to be taken to jail. And there suspected drugs or alcohol, probably both, involved. Stand by. Okay. Last, I have the man who pepper sprayed himself. There was a man in Beaver, West Virginia, who foiled his own robbery attempt. His name was Michael Kevin Meadows, and he was 43, of Shady Springs, which is also in Beaver, apparently. He went into a pharmacy wearing a paintball mask and full camo and started pepper spraying to take down the staff. But turns out he was also affected, and he ended up staggering out into a car instead of stealing anything, apparently. Okay, so what do you think about all those?
I think the one that was mostly my favorite was the one that pepper sprayed himself. I think that's really funny.
I just can't get behind the logic of the man who was seen walking and then thought it was a smart idea to leave on a wheelchair. I can't believe all of this happened in West Virginia, mostly Charleston, which is the capital of our great state. But who knows, I guess it's a hot spot for drugs and alcohol as well. And weird crimes. Okay, so
for the first weird crime I have is from, these are all from 2018, so pretty recent. So on April 23rd, and a 28-year-old man has a car missing a tire. He drives to Little Caesars, then buys himself the pizza, and then gets back in his car and continues to drive. He ends up getting many calls, or the police end up getting many calls about worried, concerned citizens thinking that he ended up in a wreck. He broke down, and that's how the police found him. They found out that he was operating a vehicle under the influence. And then April 20th, there was 2 roommates, and one of them removed all the lights from their house, which caused a fight with the other roommate. And one of the roommates threw a bottle of hot sauce and a skillet at him. The one who threw the items left the house before police even showed up.
I can't believe that happened on that holiday as well.
And then April 18th, in Cayuga County, a woman from Cleveland stole, out of all things, a lawnmower and groceries from a Brunswick, Ohio's Aldi's. She had a warrant out for her arrest for theft, led police on a car chase, all while her son, an 11-year-old son, was in the car with her. The chase stopped after she crashed near the State Route 82 exit ramp in Strongsville, and after the wreck, her son was checked and released to a relative. She was taken to Southwest General Hospital for treatment and transported to the Medina County Jail. And then May 19th of 2018, in North Ridgeville, the man called police just because he said he was being followed by a pig that morning. This was as he was walking home from the train station. He called because he didn't know what to do at all. Police thought he was drunk and making it all up, but when the police arrived, the man wasn't drunk. He was totally sober, and there was actually a pig who followed him. He wasn't actually making it up at all. And then in Lorain County, a maintenance foreman, former employee of Strongsville City Schools, charged with stealing quite a few expensive things with school funds, like he stole a barn, he stole a John Deere utility vehicle and a lawnmower, and a whole bunch of stuff that was worth up to $65,000. So that's a lot of money to be spending.
Honestly, if I was a former employee, depending on what happened, I would also be taking $65,000 worth of stuff. Oh, wait, it said he took a whole tractor?
Yeah.
Vehicle?
Yeah.
I don't know how he got that anywhere. I guess he rode it somewhere, but... Also, I can't believe the pig was actually following the person.
Yeah, if I was the police, I would think he would have made it all up, too.
Something out of a cartoon.
Yeah.
Something out of a movie. Well, what was your favorite one out of those?
Mine would probably have to be the one with the roommates, because out of all things to throw at a roommate, you would pick hot sauce and skillet. That's one of the most 2 random things you could ever throw at someone.
Yeah, that one is pretty funny. It seems like they were participating in the holiday that occurred that day. I think my favorite one was probably a tie for the pig and the man who just stole everything he could from his job. The weirdest one, still, out of them all, I can't get over the man who is walking through the aisles of a closed store and then tried to leave on a wheelchair. What do you think?
I think the weirdest one out of mine would probably have to be
Wait, just out of like all of them.
Oh, okay.
If that changes your answer at all.
I think the weirdest one would probably be the one who stole like 65,000's worth of stuff. I think that's like very weird things to steal from a school.
Yeah. Wait, a school or a store?
A school.
Oh, it was a school?
Yeah, I never
Oh.
mentioned that. And yeah.
Well, now we all know. That is actually pretty crazy. I don't know if the school deserved that, matter of fact. But I'm going to ask the audience, what one did you guys think was the weirdest? We had 10, so it's you got to decide, I guess. Also, this was not discussed before, but wait. But a random West Virginia fact. It is illegal to take roadkill home for dinner. I don't know who is breaking that law, but someone has to be. There was a family on, it was like Biggest Cheapskate or something. They went around and they found roadkill to eat for dinner and make purses out of.
Ew.
Also, I'm sweating in here. But something cool, one of the stories took place in Cuyahoga. I went to a concert there. It was pretty epic. Oh wait, there was something else I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe we'll both have to go visit the cross lanes that the naked lady was at someday. Okay, any closing remarks?
Nope.
Well, that pretty much sums it up, folks. Oh, wait, well, I have closing remarks. So, this has been 2 Peas in a Podcast, the 2 Peas. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed the very first episode of this series. We will see you in the next episode with a different state. We chose
Florida.
Yes, I gotta put you on the spot. We chose Florida, and I already asked them. In the meantime, which crime did you think was the weirdest? Comment down below of wherever this is posted. And do you know of any crimes we missed from West Virginia or Ohio? And who is excited for Florida? I know I am. Well, just let us know, and goodbye.
When you said for the next thing, I totally blanked and I almost said the wrong state.
Yeah, because I didn't want to read off the whole thing and then
Mm-hmm. We should probably
end it.
End it, yeah.